If you think you know Excel, throw out the rulebook. Everything just changed. For decades, we've been the ones doing the heavy lifting in Excel. We write the formulas, we build the pivot tables, and we debug the errors. Copilot helped a little, answering questions one at a time, but what if you didn't have to ask the questions? What if you could just delegate a massive multi-step project to an AI coworker and watch them do it right in front of your eyes? Today, I'm showing you the biggest update to Excel in years, AI Agent Mode. It plans, it executes, and even corrects its own mistakes. Let's get started. Hi everyone, Jamie here at Teachers Tech. Today we're looking at Agent Mode in Microsoft Excel. Right now, this is in preview. You might not see it in your desktop app unless you're part of the Windows Insider Beta channel. The easiest way to try this today is using Excel for the web with a specific add-in. You'll need a Microsoft 365 Copilot license for this to work. I'm logged into my Microsoft 365 Copilot account here. I'm just going to go to my All Apps and go to Microsoft Excel, and we're going to open up a sheet and get this installed right away. So I have some demo data that I'm going to open up here, and I can show you how Agent Mode works. But once you have it open here, I'm going to go to Add-ons right here, or Add-ins, and I'm going to type in Agent Mode. And you will see once you do the search, it's this one right here, Excel Labs, and I'm going to click Add. And then after a few seconds, it just pops open right here. So make sure you have that. And then I'll put a link to my practice data down below. So if you want to open that up and follow along with me, go right ahead. Now, if you're on enterprise versus a personal, it might look a little bit different. Where I just showed you, I installed that on my business account, my enterprise account. If you have a personal account, you can go ahead and install it. But the other thing you can do, I'm going to drop down under Copilot here, and I'm going to turn on Frontier Features. And I'm just going to turn on this with Preview Features. The difference now is when I go to Copilot, so if I just drop down, and I'm just going to go to Chat, then right here, if I hit the tools, you're going to see Agent Mode Frontier. So when I click on this, you're going to get a few more options than the first way. So depending on if you have your personal or enterprise account, depending on what you're doing. And I'm going to show you this later on in the video, but here I can try Claude. And the other thing I can do with this is I can select sources from the web. So make sure you stay tuned to that because I'll be showing you from both ways. Before we run it, you need to understand the difference. Standard Copilot is chatty. You ask it, how do I calculate growth? And it gives you a formula to copy and paste. It's passive. Agent Mode is autonomous. You give it a goal and it breaks that goal down into steps, executes them sequentially, checks its work, and iterates. It's like having a junior data analysis sitting next to you. Let's go ahead and open Agent Mode. You'll see it right here. It should say Frontier. I'm going to click on Open. Okay, let's say I have this raw sales data here. And usually maybe your boss asks you for a Q4 report, and you might spend an hour cleaning this up and calculating columns or total revenue, building pivot table, and making charts. Let's ask the agent to do this whole job at once. So what I'm going to go is this. I'm going to say, analyze the sales data. I need you to first add a column calculating total revenue for each, then create a new worksheet with a pivot table summarizing total revenue by region and item. Finally, on that same new sheet, create a clustered bar chart visualizing the top 5 selling items by revenue. I'm going to go and send this off. Notice I'm not asking how to do it. I'm telling it the outcome I want. Okay, 42 seconds later, after sending that prompt off, it says it's done. It added total revenue column for sheet 1. I can see it right here, and simple formula right in here, but it did it for all the way down. It created a revenue pivot sheet, and I can see it right here, and I'll check that out in a moment, and inserted a cluster bar chart with the top 5 items. So if I click on this, I'm going to go and just close this off here, and look at this. So we have our pivot table here. If I click in it, the pivot table fields open up, and I can go ahead and adjust this just like creating a pivot table. But if you've never created one before, all I had to do was ask. And I like how it just put the chart exactly what I was asking. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this, remember, this was all in 42 seconds. All right, I just want to try something with this. You can see I have 47 lines here, entries. I want to know if this can create more data for me. So this is all just practice demo. So I need more data for this demo. Please generate 50 more rows of random sales data following the exact same pattern. You kind of get the gist of what I'm after. I'm going to send that off. Now that did think a little bit longer for 76 seconds, but I can scroll down and I can see that I now have the 50 plus entries added to it. So it appended 50 new random sales, but it also updated everything. So it kept total revenue dynamic, updated the pivot table on revenue pivot, and made the top 5 items by revenue block dynamic. So everything updated at once, even after I got it to add that new data to it. Now, asking for one chart is easy, but what if your boss wants a full dashboard? Usually that means creating 3 different pivot tables on 3 different sheets and inserting 3 different charts. Let's see if the agent can handle a multi-part visualization task in one prompt. Okay, this is the prompt I'm going to give it. I need a dashboard overview of this data. Please create a chart showing the total revenue by date, chart showing total units sold by item, chart showing the breakout of revenue by country. Please create those on a new sheet. I was going to ask it to create in a new sheet. I just wanted to see at first if it would do it, but I thought I'd add it. And the other thing, I didn't really clarify with it what type of charts. I was going to at first say these are the charts I wanted, but I'm just going to leave that off to see how it goes about choosing those. Let's send this off. As we're going to go through this, I'm just going to open this up here and you can see the activity of how it's planning chart creation. And if I open this up, so I'm planning to create 3 charts, it's going to show the step-by-step how it's doing this. Now I can see under this part where it's going to use the line, column, and pie. These are the ones that I was actually going to put in it anyway. So it's probably just going through and picking the most obvious ones, but I like how it just breaks everything down step by step. You can see it reasoned for 11 seconds, the dashboard created. I told it to put it on new sheets. I'm going to prompt it again in a moment, but I want to check this out. I want to see if it will put everything onto one sheet. But we have our revenue by date, units by item, revenue by country, and where to find them. I can see that we have the new sheets right down here with all the different charts to it. What it did, built dynamic helper blocks on each new sheet using unique, sum if, sort by, and index to summarize from sheet 1. Again, this thought for 11 seconds to do all this. And yeah, you can just check out all the different things that it used, the sources. Here is the formula that it used in it. Here is the let one. And yeah, this is just great how everything is seen here. So what I want to do now, because you can see each of these are on a new one, and I'm just going to quickly ask it, can you place all this data on a new sheet? I'm going to actually rephrase that. Can you place all these charts on one new sheet? So let's see if it can do this. And it reasoned for 31 seconds and it created this dashboard consolidated into one sheet. Created the 3 different charts. Charts are bound by the dynamic summaries. I'm just going to go and zoom out a bit so you can see it a bit better here. We can see that we have our sales dashboard, revenue by country, and then we have the data too. So everything got moved over. There's the other one here, which we could move around. We could add slicers to do more things to a dashboard, just like you would do before. So now I've just switched over to my personal account, so I can show you the other way to use agent mode. So I'm just going to click on Copilot here and it opens up the chat and we just go to tools and we want agent mode. And the first thing I just want to point out is this right here, try Claude. I'm just going to click on it. So why would they do this? So in my testing, Claude is sometimes better at complex logic chains or very intricate data reasoning tasks. It's great that we have the choice to see which one gives us better results for specific spreadsheets. Now, this is what I'm excited to show you right here. So make sure you have this turned on. Now, if I look at my data, it's just internal sales figures. But what if I wanted to compare this to external market factors? So what I'm going to ask it to do is this. Using web search, find the current inflation rate for the US and UK last year. Create a small table on this sheet with the data and then add to the text box summarizing how current inflation might be impacting the sales regions in my data. So I'm going to send this off and let's see what we get. I can see right away that they already created this table and they have the impact analysis. I'll move over here just to take a quick look at what they did here. Let's look at what their explanation was. They went through, they found the latest inflation data for countries. They created the table. They fixed the merge issue. Let's see, as we keep going down, summary of what was added, inflation data table. They found the information, USA, UK, inflation impact analysis. And as we go down, it explains the whole process. I can check the sources where they pulled this information from. So this is where they pulled everything from. I'm just going to close this down and we'll just take kind of a little bit larger view at it so we can see what was created on this sheet here. So again, that took less than a minute. I gave it quite some specific instructions, but if I was going to do that all myself, that would take a lot longer than 1 minute or so. Okay, real talk time. This is amazing technology, but it's not magic, and it's still in preview. Here are my 3 rules for using agent mode successfully. 1, be specific about the outcomes. Don't say, analyze this. Say, create a pivot table showing X by Y filtered by Z. The clearer the goal, the better the plan. 2, treat it like a junior employee. It's going to make mistakes. Always verify the formulas it writes and check the pivot table settings. Don't blindly trust the output for critical business decisions without a quick review. 3, iterate. If it gets the chart wrong, don't undo everything. Just type into the chat, that's the wrong chart. Type, please change it to a line chart showing trends over time. You can have a conversation with it to refine the result. AI agents are shifting Excel from a tool where we do the work to an environment where we manage the work. Give this a try in Excel for the web and let me know in the comments, is this going to save you hours of work or do you prefer to do it manually? If this video helped you stay ahead of the curve, please hit that like button and subscribe to Teacher's Tech for more practical guides for the latest technology. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.